past, present, and future. So beyond space, creation and destruction happen simultaneously. So in the dimension of time start the past, present, and the future. But in Akashic readings, there is no past, present, and future. A macrocosmic, ancient, enlightened Hindu civilizational nation. The Supreme Pontiff is the 1008th incarnation of Paramashiva, as per Hinduism, recognized by his predecessors who are enlightened masters and adepts, and he has Manchi Kailasa Sagatmapeetam, the incumbent emperor of the Surya Vamsa Surangi Samrajyam, the present 293rd Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam of Kaila Dharma Mukti Swargapuram Adinam, and he is elected as the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism by a congregation of over 1,000 Hindu leaders. And Supreme Pontiff 1,000 titles, and he has released over 20 million copies of books and articles which are sold, read, and downloaded. And he has delivered over 10,000 hours of this. And he is honored as the leader of Hinduism, the most awarded, internationally recognized Hindu leader, the reviver of 108 ancient Hindu sampradayas, including the Rudrakanyas, the Rudras, the Rishis, Rishikas, Bhairavas, Bhairavis, Sannyasis, and of the largest Hindu library with over 1 million books, 1 million palm leaf sculptures. Now, after a short break.
But before that, let us learn about what are Shaktis. So today you will be witnessing the following powers of third eye, where one awakens the ability to scan and see any body problems which one has, and can even reveal the root problems and the solutions for those body problems. But before you witness this extraordinary demonstration, let us learn what are Shaktis. Manifest the divine. Not that you are a man and you need to reach the divine. So there are two types of manifesting powers, Shaktis and Siddhis. Shaktis manifest from the fundamental cognition that you are the divine, and Siddhis are the powers that manifest from tapas or penance for enlightenment. They are on the path of enlightenment. Shaktis express through ordinary beings in extraordinary ways just after initiation from the avatar, and they into manifesting these Shaktis. Paramashiva is the primordial divinity, the ultimate reality and cause, which is self-effulgent, Swayam Prakasha, all-pervading, unchanging beyond time, space, form, and causality. As the fundamental base of Avyakta, the unmanifest, and Vyakta, the manifest existence, Paramashiva has incarnated and landed down in the form of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam. Just to revive all these extraordinary gurus, Annamale Swamigal, Isitki Swamigal, Mata Bibhadanandapuri, Raghupati Yogi, Pundi Mahan, so many of these enlightened gurus who recognize Swamiji as an avatar at a very young age. Mantra Shastra, Siddha Vidya, the science of Aushadha, Advaita, Bhakti Yoga, Paramashiva Jnana, and Paramashiva Vijnana. So how do we awake? Which explains what is Diksha, what is initiation, and what are the side effects of initiation.
Word or touch. The traditional Vedic book Navaratneshwara states, Sarva Samapi Dikshanam Muktihi, health, leadership and well-being happen. And in Rudrayamala Tantra, all efforts, one should get initiated by Guru. What is the science of initiation? Neuroscience has proved through the cortex. It sets up a powerful energy loop within the brain, which awakens the latent non-mechanical parts which we have never used before. With increasing levels of coherence, the whole brain comes up. It also slows the aging process and improves the immune system. Kundalini awakening, healing experience, levitation, teleportation.
Yes. So let us see how this science, this extraordinary science of power manifestation, is authenticated through the four aspects of evidences or pramanas. Time tested and verified this science. Next is the Atma Pramana, or the experience of Swamiji, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda from the Veda Agamas is a living applied science. Vedas are the pure ultimate truths. Explained are given the status of Shruti as they are directly revealed by Paramashiva. They are the ultimate, eternal, unchangeable truths. And a reference cited from these source scriptures or Shastras is called a Shastra Pramana. So with the Tantra, Sutra 34. कपालान्तर्मनोऽन्यसा तिष्ठन्मीलितलोचनः क्रमेण मनसोदार्ढ्यात् लक्ष्ये लक्ष्यमुत्तमम्. Space through the power of the third eye, one directly sees the ultimate goal Lakshyam by having the vision beyond the sight that reveals any object or place, attaining the space of Paramashiva. The next is, and the 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita contains the description of Bhagavan Krishna's cosmic form, which is completely narrated by Arjuna as he sees Bhagavan Krishna through the third eye. Arjuna, but you cannot see my cosmic form with these physical eyes of yours. Therefore I grant you the divine third eye. Behold my cosmic opulence. Not only I was able to see, I was able to feel and experience all of them as myself. Next is the Sakshi Pramana, the empirical evidence from observation and scientific experiment of Samadhi. Only the third eye region is active and almost 90% of the rest of the brain is at peace. So this is the observation from scientific experimentation. And now you will be witnessing the live Sakshi Nitya Kaladharananda, who is 15 years old and a Balasant of the Nithyananda Gurukul. She is going to be manifesting the power of third eye in front of all of you today, and you will be witnessing how this extraordinary Shakti is being manifested by the Balasants of the Nithyananda Gurukul in front of your eyes. So, strap the eye band to Ma Kaladhara's head. So you can see that this eye band has no gaps, no holes from between the sponge and the opaque sheet. So this is the eye band we'll be placing on Ma Kaladhara's eyes. This is actually just to the eye band. I'll just directly place it on her eyes. So you can see that the eye band is completely covering her eyes, and now I'm strapping it to her head. I'm going to be manifesting the power of third eye for all of you. So I request the YouTube comments to be projected, and all of you can go ahead and post any comments you want on the live Kailasa's HDH Nithyananda YouTube channel, and Ma Kaladhara will be reading it live in front of all of you today. So I request all of you to go ahead. You can post emojis, numbers, shapes, anything. I request all of you to go ahead and continue posting.
There is a comment from 7 SEARCHFUL has posted Om Suhila Sarve SUN Santu AANNI PASHAAG Bhavet Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Yes, so that was amazing. We saw posted in the Kailasa's SPH Nithyananda page. So that was amazing. I request all of you to continue posting. You can post anything you want in the comments, and Ma Kaladhara will be reading it out. Go. Okay. And so we also also have something interesting today. So you can see I have 30 pages in the second book and around 50 pages. Sorry, page number. And Ma Kaladra will be reading it out. So this is book 1, this is book 2, and this is book 3. Any one of the viewers can post which book they want Ma Kaladra to read and which page number out of these 3 books they want. So I request all of you to continue posting. I'm holding these 3 books up. Any one of you can choose which book you want Ma Kaladra to read and which page number. And Ma Kaladra will be reading it out. Go ahead and continue posting. Ma Kaladra is eagerly waiting to manifest this extraordinary Shakti. Third eye in front of all of you. Okay. So, yes.
Yes, yeah. My yoga plan is showing the picture closely now.
Okay.
Manitya Paramapriyananda has posted page 30.
I'll be choosing any random book out of these 3. So Ma Kaladra, you can open page 30 in this book and you can read. So I request you to show it a little higher in front of the camera. Yes.
BALBUR.
Okay, so Aya, I'll be giving that book to her then. Yes. Ma Kaladra, you can choose page 30. You can actually describe the pictures on page 30.
Yes. So here and there is a person standing here speaking to the girl, and he is wearing a purple colored dress with and here the girl's shawl is flying and the guy is lying down.
Dress is fighting with the girl in the yellow shawl, and the girl is running, and the man in the purple dress is running. So is lying down. So Ma Kaladra has beautifully described. Yes, and I encourage all of you to continue posting more page numbers. You can post. We have 3 books with us, and you can post. Yes, Ma Kaladra, why don't you go ahead and read the next comment?
Expressions of me, I am Ma Jalandristananda, and she has posted, so proud of you, with the 2 dots and a closed bracket. And expression of me, I am Ma Jalandristananda, has also posted page number 44. Yes,
Okay,
now I'll be reading.
Book. So even in this, you can choose any book which you want Ma Kaladra to reach page 44. So Ma Kaladra, you can go ahead and choose which book. Yes. So she has correctly chosen the one with the red border. Yes, Ma Kaladra, open page 44.
This book has only 30 pages.
Okay, amazing. So as already has only 30 pages. Okay, so okay. Ma Kaladra, why don't you go ahead and read?
Yes. expressions of me, I am Mahajalendra Stithananda has posted ho with an exclamatory mark.
Page number 22. I think the camera is a little blurry, but she has correctly chosen the page number 22. Suma Kaladra, why don't you go ahead and read page number?
Hair, and he has a feather on his turban. He's wearing a dark pink with light pink, and the person next to him is wearing a light green turban with a light green shawl and wearing a dark four bolsters which is there next to them, and the sofa which they're sitting on is yellow with green with black color lines.
Okay.
And they're showing three pillars.
Person is wearing a purplish pink kind of dress with a coat on top, and how the second person is wearing a dark green shawl and a light green shawl, and in the second to so many details, how so accurately she was able to read and see through her third eye. It is very amazing, a beautiful demonstration of the power of third eye. Now I'll be removing the eye band of Ma Kaladra. So next we'll be manifesting the power of body scanning. So you'll be witnessing the Balasants and the Nithyananda yogis doing a body scanning. So we'll be chanting the Shastra Pramanas now, and we'll be joining with you after a short break. So we'll be coming back and joining with you after a short break. The ability to scan illnesses, diseases, body problems, medically diagnosed issues, and even be able to reveal the solution. The unique thing about body scanning is that but when they follow the solution Paramashiva gives, they actually get healed of the problem that they are aware of. Because the solution which Paramashiva gave was for the root cause of the problem. So let us now chant the Shastra Pramana. Bhagavan Paramashiva says, cognize deeply that from the subtle to the subtlest constituted principles of your whole body, Swadev divine power, Paradevi, Adi Shakti is revealed and the supreme power manifestation happens. Next, you will be seeing the Apta Pramana for this power of body scanning, which comes from the life of a Siddha named Tereyar. To perform the open head surgery and remove the frog from the person's brain. And after the surgery is completed successfully, the person is healed and completely cured of the headache. Experience of power manifestation. So Swamiji beautifully tells how he manifested the power of body scanning. Swamiji beautifully shares, only when I had a multiple compound hand fracture, I was forced to go for surgery and therefore for medical checkups related to that. And at that time, body scanning, I found out what the problems and imbalances had happened and where the balance had to be done. And Swamiji beautifully shares that he used allopathy as a second opinion to verify his findings. Level 2 program, many disciples and devotees who attended the program have shared how they were able to manifest this extraordinary power. And all of you also can manifest. So you're seeing and you'll be thinking, wow, even the participants are able to manifest. Even though you will be witnessing the demonstration, the live demonstration of body scanning happening in front of your eyes by the Balasants and the Nithyananda yogis. So now, and we'll be back after a short break. Demonstration, a live demonstration of the power of body scanning by the Balasants of the Nithyananda Gurukul. So along with me, I have Ma Soni, Ma Niti Brahma Yogananda and myself who will be manifesting this. Mahajalandhara Sthitananda has posted, my sister Mayuri would like a body scanning about healing her diabetes, please. So, Ma Brahmayaga, you can do the body scanning for Ma Nitya Mahajalandhara Sthitananda's sister. And anybody else, please continue posting your comments. Please post. So, we'll three be chanting the Mahavakya together. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Ahmedaya, Paramashiva has revealed two colors. First thing I was able to see is like a reveal. I request you to get back in the chat and confirm whether whether the scanning was correct or not. And you can also share how you felt when the Balasan did the scanning. Yes, Ma'am Brahmayoga, you can go ahead.
Yes, so Ma Mahajalandhara Sthitananda to have 1 tablespoon of neem leaves and turmeric. She has to make a paste with both of them. She has to mix them together and make a paste. And she should have a
And turmeric paste she has to eat every morning. So just tell your sister to follow this solution and she will be completely healed. Mahajalandhar Sthitananda has posted, I would like to move to India and first to Europe, please, Pat. But you can also ask this question to Devi Parashakti when she comes live, and Devi Parashakti will guide you as per what is correct for you, Ma. So you can
Nithyananda Mahamadaya. Here Paramashiva reveals that you need lots of cleansing in your body. Here, so to cleanse your body, have neem juice and castor oil in the morning with empty stomach.
Yes, that is a very is correct or not. Mahajalandhar Sthita has posted, okay, thank you, Ma. Okay. Ahmedaya, I request you to get back and I request all of you to continue posting your comments in the Kailasas HDH Nithyananda. So, Ma Soni, Ma Brahmayaga, why don't you go ahead and share? How are you able to manifest this power? When was the first time you manifested? And how do you feel? This is not a power which any normal kid can do around the world.
my experience of how I felt when I manifested body scanning for the first time. So I was doing a demo on for Shiva Diksha, a few participants, but even though I was nervous, I still did the body scanning and I asked Swamiji, what should I tell him? What is the problem he has? And then Paramashiva, Swamiji showed that he has a than his parents. So like, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know whether I should say it or so. And then I was just sitting there for a few minutes, not knowing what to do. But then after that, I decided, okay, whatever Swamiji is showing, and he was so shocked. He didn't have any words to say. He couldn't say anything, and he was just looking at me, and he couldn't say anything. He was so shocked because it was precise. Even I couldn't believe that it was correct. It will be correct because after all, Swamiji has revealed it, and Paramashiva has revealed it.
So beautiful. Just with the simple trust on Swamiji, you're able to, okay, why don't you go ahead and scan my house? I was like, okay. And I did I did the house scanning for him. And I revealed that he is on the 3rd floor. And he was like, no, I'm not on the 3rd floor. I'm on the 4th floor. And then without the ground floor, without the basement, if you count it, I'm living on the 3rd floor. And then he was like, yeah, I'm living on the 3rd floor. And then I continued the scanning. And then I was, it's supposed to be in a black color case, but it's a little open. And he was just like, oh my God. He was so shocked because that's exactly how it was. He was able to scan and tell that there's a guitar in his house and it is in this position. It is leaning against the wall and the black case is open. It's just a trust. So this is the beautiful experience we've had with the powers of remote vision, body scanning, and much more. So now it's time to conclude this power manifestation session. We thank all of you for joining us in this beautiful power manifestation session.
Nithyananda, that was an absolutely exquisite, extraordinary demonstration of the powers by the Balasans of Nithyananda Gurukul. And this beautiful process begins, and we are seeing the possibilities of humankind being manifested through higher possibility of themselves awakened to them. And that ultimately is the purpose of the Guru in our lives, the purpose of which the avatar happened on the embodiment of the divine feminine consciousness. Now, in this next segment, we'll be understanding who is Devi Parashakti. Let us be introduced for many of us for the first time. We'll now understand Devi Parashakti from the very beginning, from the way that she is described in the valor, her divine qualities. In fact, it has all of the 1008 qualities of Devi Parashakti listed. Such beautiful significance behind each one, and each one being an ultimate powerful character. We'll be understanding Devi Parashakti in a very subtle, very sacred way, and which is, of course, apt as today we are experiencing feminine consciousness. And she is the embodiment of the cosmic mother. She is the source of where all the billions and billions of universes go in and come out. Mother. And she has the ability to literally take away all our fears, our worries, everything at one shot. Let us first begin with the Dhyana shlokas and meditate on Devi and invoke her presence among us.
Yes, we'll now chant the Dhyana sloka from Lalita Sahasranam. Saumyam Ratnagatastha Rakta Charanam Dhyayet Paramambikam.
Now I'll just be briefly chanting the English translation as well. The divine cup, one and the other twirling a red lotus.
The next Dhyana sloka is Arunam Karuna Tarangitakshim Dritapashangusha Pushpabana Chapam.
Honey holds and used the gold bow and the flowery arrow in her hands. She is surrounded on all sides by powers such as anima for rays, and she is the self within me.
So Devi, the ultimate pure, the source Shakti, the source energy, the source power, from which all of us came, in which all of us are even now, and in which all of us are going to merge.
And out of her extreme love and compassion, Parashakti herself is manifesting through the embodied form as Nija Avatara of the pontiff of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nitam itself.
So in the words of Parashakti herself, it says, raising as Omkara, expressing as Vedas and Agamas, blossomed as Krimkara, filled as Parashodasi, to give good boon to everyone, to bestow all goodness. Hiranyagarbha Swarupini, Brahmanda Yoni, Shami, Chandramauli, Rapala, Aparna, Uma Parvati, Savitri, Navayavana, Samraja Lakshmi, Parameshwari, Parashodasi, Meenakshi.
Raising in Omkara, blossoming as Shiva, and Shiva manifesting as the source of existence, powers of existence, expression of existence. And from the oneness of Om, blossoming as 9 grahas, blossoming as 10 indriyas, being as 11 rudras, creating all the world to tell and make truth blossom and to do good. Parashodasi, Meenakshi.
Way of receiving her. It actually includes having the tambulam ready. The tambulam would include a plate with 2 betel leaves, a banana, a betel nut, and a coin. So that coin is called as the traditional dakshina. So it can be of any lowest value. It can be even 1 paise or even 1
betel leaf. The betel nut may look really small, but in a few days you will see how much it adds to your sentiment that really Devi Parashakti is there. And ultimately, you'll not take the Devi Darshan. See here, we have a couple of samples of the betel leaf, the betel nut, the betel nut, the banana, and the coin. So, and it's all arranged in a plate here, as you can see. So now let us see how we can ask our questions. Now that we have been introduced to Devi Parashakti, how can we ask our questions and interact and start the different social media platforms, wherever we are? And here you can see how you can ask your questions through YouTube. So on YouTube, you should first ensure that you are a member of Kailasa's HDH Nithyananda YouTube channel, and this will give you access an array of more than 7 people to enter into the chat any of your questions or your prayers on the right hand side. So make sure that you're able to do those steps on YouTube.
Yes. So the next page, and then after that, you can ask your questions in the comment section under the live stream.
And many of you are frequent users of Twitter, so you can also ensure that you are following the Twitter handle of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism at Sri Nithyananda and receive the blessings of Devi Parashakti.
The next social media platform is the Instagram account. So Sri Nithyananda is the official Instagram account, and you can
ask your questions on kailasa.org through the WhatsApp widget. If you have WhatsApp, you can use the WhatsApp widget, and also you can use the live chat widget. So these two are other options that you can use. Now we will understand that Devi Parashakti has addressed each and every one of us as individuals, as people who are, some of us, most desperate outside today. But Devi Parashakti has not only attended to us as individuals, but also as humanity as a whole, has given us supreme knowledge, wisdom, and guidance in order to us through this day and age, through the COVID-19 pandemic, where she has literally been able to handhold us through these extremely dark and so in this next segment, we will be understanding the guidance that Devi Parashakti has given for the black fungus disease. So many different ways Devi Parashakti has given us supreme knowledge and wisdom. So now we will now be entering into the next segment of today's program. Due to the global pandemic and emerging fungal epidemic, along with the recent numbers of natural disasters have taken a toll on humanity's collective psyche.
Who is behind this and how could we have avoided this? So what is the solution for this? So in this segment of this program, we would go through a scientific and statistical understanding of Parashakti's revelation
on worst affected countries being USA, India, and Brazil at the moment.
So we could see the number of increasing COVID cases, especially in India. So then, and the number of COVID
is undergoing so much of turmoil. And here we can see that India is the 6th most depressed country, 6.5% of the population suffering some form of mental illness, 15 to 24. And that is a very alarming age because it is the youth that is being directly affected.
Yes, so you can see we have prevented this. So we will now listen to Parashakti's revelation on the 31st of May of what Parashakti has revealed.
இந்த பெருநரகமான கிருமி போஜனம் வரை இந்தியா செல்ல வேண்டாமா என்று கேட்கின்றாய். 2020 பாரதம் முழுவதும் 12 ஜோதிர்லிங்கமும் பாத யாத்திரை செய்திடவே என் மகன் மூலமாய் திட்டமிட்டிருந்தேன். படுபாவிகள் ஓடத்தின் மாலுமியை ஊரையொடு நல் மதிப்பொடு என் நிஜாவதாரம் நித்யானந்தன் திருவடி மீண்டும் பாரதத்தில் பட்டு பாத யாத்திரை செய்த
Yes. So what Parashakti is revealing to happen? Let us now listen to Bhagavan.
Amarnath. 1 year with 10,000 people just walking all over India to spend time with people. 2020 there will not be any program other than Padayatra and enjoying the river banks, forests and time with nature. 10,000 people manifesting powers. Walking from village, 10,000 monks walking from village to village, what will happen? That's only monks. Here power manifesting 10,000 people. The whole village will be manifested. Before that, all the Balalayam, everything. Balalayam is going to be like the same structure outside with one stone tower, gold coated. It will be something like a 40 to... And where the archanas... See, in the main temple, there will not be any archana or anything, because just for darshan itself, there will not be time. Like Tirupati, you can only have darshan and arati in any ritual. Other than darshan, nothing else will be allowed. So all the archana, all the other offerings, like people will offer the archanas and other darshan, this will be like energy darshan, where you can give letter, get response. So by next year, the Balalayam will be ready. So 2019 full year I will be conducting the programs, and 2020 is Jayanti. Full year, Jayanti to Jayanti will be Padayatra. Before that we will make 10,000 people, Parma can be done. I need to get into the ground, where people can see me, where they are living. I can't be waiting for people to come where I am living. Now I am sitting in one place to prepare this 10. So 2020, before that 10,000 people session. How will you visualize what will happen if 10,000 power manifestors enter into a village and ask people, tell me your problem now, come on, let's sort it out. Understand, 1,200 years before in Tiruvannamalai temple carvings, how the baby will be in the womb in 2nd month, 3rd month, all that is detailed. Any of you have seen that? Srirangam, Rangaraja Mandapam, it very clearly portrays. There will be one Rangaranga Gopuram. In that next to Rangaranga Gopuram, there is a Rangaraja Mandapam. We have already collected. See, as per Agama and as per practical village level, ground level, all that. In those days, 2000 years before, when this Cambodia installed civilization. Of course, kings went, that is different. But the common civilian, these two community only went. So Nagarattar and Saivavalalar agree.
You can see he has been enriching and giving the signs of enlightenment through his powerful discourses. So this 16th to 17th November 2005, which
the science of enlightenment to the world. And here you can see on the 19th of November 2005 in Belur, Tamil Nadu, the Supreme Council of Hinduism initiating thousands of people into the science of enlightenment. Conducted on the 21st of November 2005.
and again in 2005, where he has conducted huge satsangs and programs in Salem, Tamil Nadu. This is one of the Nithyananda Purana programs.
There's the Nithyananda program, and the 1st of January 2006 in Adi Kailash Satyajnana celebrating the 29th Jayanti celebration.
And also this is the Jayanti celebrations, and where the Supreme Court of Hinduism is addressing a school in Tiruvannamalai. Program picture, the Dhyana Purana program, which the Supreme Court himself conducted.
Little Anandas, which was conducted to initiate young children into the science of enlightenment.
And he himself has various pictures.
And here in Adi Kailasha Satyajnana, the Nithyananda Purana program in 2006.
Yes. So the Nithyananda Spurana program was being conducted in Salem in Tamil Nadu, explaining to them and giving them the glimpse of the signs of enlightenment through initiation. But however, the anti-Hindu elements have really made it impossible to
revealed on the 31st of May.
2022 வரை இந்தியா செல்ல வேண்டாமா என்று கேட்கின்றாய். நன்றாவதில் பாரதம் முழுவதும் 12 ஜோதிர்லிங்கமும் பாத யாத்திரை செய்திடவே என் மகன் மூலமாய் திட்டமிட்டிருந்தேன். படுபாவிகள் நிறை மரியாதையொடு நல் மதிப்பொடு என் நிஜாவதாரம் நித்யானந்தன் திருவடி மீண்டும் பாரதத்தில் பட்டு பாத யாத்திரை செய்த பிறகு மட்டுமே நீ அங்கு செல்ல வேண்டும். அதுவரை உன்னை காத்து செல்லாதே.
So Devi revealed that the only solution for this pralaya to end in India is if the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism's feet touch the ground in India, and the Padayatra that was planned for years is actually conducted, and around we see what the great rishis had revealed, that Kali Yuga would be forewarned us what to expect in this Kali Yuga.
So yes, so we can see Kali Yuga is the worst of all the 4 yugas, where man will be his own worst enemy. So the Kurma Purana sage Vyasa Purim Sarva Papa Prasamanam Prayaschittam Kalau Yuge.
And the translation goes, this Kali Yuga is the worst of the 4 yugas, ages.
Yes, the Kurma Purana again states Brahma Krita Yuge Devastrethayam Bhagavan Ravihi Dwapare Daivatam Vishnuhu Kalau Rudro Maheshwaraha. Brahma is the presiding divinity or lord for Krita Yuga. The Treta Yuga, it is Bhagavan Ravi, in which appeared Sri Rama. In the Dwapara Yuga, the presiding divinity is
Passion to protect humanity. Paramashiva himself descended into the human form in the Nijavatara of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasanidana, his divine holy revelation here.
And I tell you, O Hindus, don't be afraid. I am back with the same signs. We are going to be rich. (1979) would have been
So the Avatar's advent on the planet Earth was to protect humanity from this great pralaya.
கலி முற்றி கலி கழிந்து புதுயுகம் மக்களே இங்கு ஆனந்தமாக இருங்கள்.
Has come for Satya Yuga to happen. So this great pralaya has come. Don't worry, people. In the form of Nithyananda, I myself have come here. I will make Nitya Yuga. Nitya Yuga will blossom as Satya Yuga. Be blissful. I've been preparing for this Padayatra since the age of 10.
so the Supreme Pontiff began enriching people with all these truths from sacred scriptures of enlightened living. You can see in these various pictures. And when Supreme Pontiff was around 19 years of age, you can see the Ramakrishna Mutt, where he could recall the yatra from Chennai, Tamil Nadu to Tiruvannamalai, and his unforgettable pilgrimage trip.
And the Supreme Pontiff.
And after that, the Supreme Pontiff established the first Kailasa enlightenment ecosystem in Tiruchengodu in Tamil Nadu on the April 14, 2001. You can see in the picture. And he named it as Ramakrishna Dhyana Peetham. and they simply resonated deeply with his presence and his energy.
In 2004, the Avatar and his disciples his disciples on the first,
but supernal spiritual realms.
And in 2006, the Padayatras were taken to the next level with the Kodikan Padayatra, with crores participating and impacted by Nithyanandeshwara and Nithyanandeshwari, who were traveling from city to
So you can see the Kodikan Radayatra and Parashakti to create the Adi Kailasa Savanyapitam as a ship to save humanity from the upcoming Pralaya.
And here are the different Kailasas created by the
Savaitya Sarovar, the Ananda Linga. So anyone who bathes in the waters would be actually healed from all kinds of diseases. So we'll now watch the video clip of the Rudrabhishekam performed with the Supreme Court of Hinduism.
Nama Urnyaya cha Vasvanyaya cha Nama Srotasyaya cha Dvipyaya cha Namo Jyeshtaya cha Kanishtaya cha Nama Purvajaya cha Parajaya cha Namo Madhyamaya cha Pagalbhaya cha Namo Jaganyaya cha Budhriyaya cha Nama Sobhyaya cha Pratisaryaya cha Namo Yamyaya cha Kshemyaya cha Nama Vodundubhyaya cha Hananyaya cha Namo Dhishnave cha Pravishaya cha Namo Dutaya cha Prahitaya cha Namo Nishangine cha Shudhimate cha Namastikshve cha Idhine cha Namaspaya Udhaya cha Sudhanvane cha Namasrutyaya cha Pathyaya cha Nama Katyaya cha Nipyaya cha Namasupyaya cha Sarvasyaya cha Namo Nadyaya cha Vaishantaya Ugraya cha Bhimaya cha Namo Agre Vadhaya cha Dure Vadhaya cha Namo Hante cha Hanyase cha Namo Vrikshebhyo Harikeshebhyo Namastaraya Namah Shambhave cha Mayobhave cha Namah Shankaraya cha Mayaskaraya cha Namah Shivaya cha Shivataraya cha Namastirthyaya cha Kulyaya cha Namah Paryaya cha Varyaya cha Namah
And in 2009, the Avatar held another Kodikan Radayatra and garnered international.
ஏக்கத்தோடப்பா புண்ணியம் எல்லாம் போனதே எரிந்த வயிறும் ஏக்கமும் சேர்த்து விசுத்தி அசுத்தியானதே விசுத்தியை குரு நித்ய சத்குரு நித்யனே ஆமை பூகுந்த எண்ணகங்.
So 1,000 and plus ecosystems, the Sarvanyapitas, billion people worldwide were enriched, and Avatar has created those. You can see Kailasa in Thiruvannamalai,
Kailasa in Columbus, Ohio,
Kailasa in Los Angeles,
Kailasa in San Jose.
and you can see the Kailasa in Charlotte, USA. Kailasa in Washington, D.C., Kailasa in Louis, Kailasa in St. Louis, Kailasa in Oman, in Dubai. You can see
Kailasa in London, Scotland, Kailasa in Austria,
Kailasa in Germany, in Italy, in France.
Kailasa in Switzerland,
And you can see Kailasa in Mauritius, Kailasa. The Kailasa in Varanasi, Kailasa in Rajapalayam, Kailasa in Hyderabad, Adinam. In Chennai, Avadi is seen in Melbourne, Australia.
Kailasa in New Zealand,
So the Kailasa in Singapore,
in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, sannyasis with no discrimination against caste, creed, or religion.
so you can see Supreme Pontiff in Hinduism initiating thousands into spiritual healing, who have become healers to heal the millions of people around the world.
And
It reclaims the Hindu-centric freedom. So the thousands of Padayatras were conducted by the Hindu diaspora worldwide, honoring the hard work of Supreme Pontiff Hinduism and revival of Kailasa, silently preparing each one for what was to come in the future.
2017, devotees of and here you can see some of the global achievements and services that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has been conducting for the past population in 347 cities in 196 countries across 6 continents, and the world's largest Hindu university established in the US, Canada, UK, Slovakia, Switzerland,
University, Kailasa.tv, Nithyananda.tv, and the various social media platforms in the Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and online applications like the Enlighten app, Enlighten Up, SoundCloud, or the Nithyananda Radio.
and
Yes, so these are the various global initiatives that was taken through Kailasa in holistic health, education, and development of human potential, sharing the practical application of the huge cosmic deluge, the pralaya, which is going to affect them. But yet he was driven away and chosen out of India itself. So we saw what Devi Parashakti had.
we can make to Devi Parashakti. Now, many of you know and are a part of this beautiful Hindu tradition where each and every one of us has experienced such a beautiful connection, a simple yet extremely powerful guide as we are making steps in our lives, as we are manifesting new adventures and new ventures, new relationships, and getting the most out of our life. Now, whether it is our birthdays, unfolding a new path in our lives, we request the blessings of the divine. We thank them for having. Unfortunately, many of us are finding that the divine is not as present as we used to have in our childhood, in previous have the darshan of the deities and offer a few coins in the hundi and continue our day, continue our time. But in this day and age, make our offerings as we want to. Now, Kailasa and the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is bringing all of these extremely devotion and oneness, and it consists of 2 parts. One is giving and the second is accepting. Only when the divine accepts what one offers, the offering becomes complete. An offering is not made out of fear nor out of greed.
The verse from Mula Agama of Manonmani Dhyanam. Induni bhaveda karavahni nayanam syat pankaja varabhaya japaksha sarayuktam angahima bhushana vichit.
Lotus flower gracing and blessing hands on one hand with the japamala, beautifully decorated with jeweled ornaments and wonderful clothes and shining bright crown. Her name is Manonmani.
Divyairabharanai vibhushita tanum brahmadi vibhujitam devimeva manonmanim pratidinam kamarta datrim shubham.
She is wearing beautiful ornaments and she is worshipped by Brahma and other many gods and showers auspicious boons for all actions every day.
So let us now understand the significance of the divine element, gold. Amreta ahustatte hiramyam trividasta vise.
In the English translation, triply born by birth is this gold from the atoms of Agni is one. It becomes dearest to Agni one fell away. Know and understand its value and its pricelessness in. And when we're offering gifts, many of us have given for Mother's Day or marriage anniversaries, even our rings when we are doing weddings, or element of spiritual significance and great spiritual power of healing and enlightening. The vibration of gold has the power to infuse sattva energy and positive thought currents in anyone who wears and anyone who's
purest metal which purifies our very being. So in Hindu civilization, everything was built in gold, exchanged in gold, and ritual feasts were even offered in golden bricks. So when one was to be saved from life, and even the horses and cows were dressed up in gold.
The Hindu civilization thrived on the banks of rivers of gold. The Indus River was called Nyamaya, gold in Rig Veda, and the river that was gold. And they applied this super science that Paramashiva had gifted on planet Earth in all the different aspects of the whole life and lifestyle in the Hindu civilization.
Offerings to Devi Parashakti, the first offering is the E-Hundi offering. So the Shastra Pramana describing Devi Parashakti says, Bhakti Priya, Bhakti Gamya, Bhakti.
She can be won over through true devotion and she removes all fears. Now, if there is any, it is meant the autumn of our lives when we are going through existentially more and more, our thoughts are turning inwards and we are.
Yes, so you can offer the Hundi offering at any amount at your own capacity without a deep devotion. And you can also avail the opportunity through the YouTube super chat and super sticker option, which would be Aya Chitta cha Vijanam Tushta Rudhim Prayaschadhi.
And the English translation, the goddess enchants the universe and she herself gives birth to this universe. That God is being prayed without any interest in anything, gives the knowledge that leads to salvation and gives wealth. Whoever is offering you, or if you're offering on behalf of the other person, with all the fruition of the desires and wishes that you are yearning for. Every single day, having a conscious resolution is how you should start the day. And end a conscious resolution, you can offer the Sankalpa today.
So the next offering is the Sahasranama Swarna Kasu, the golden coffer to the Mahameru of Devi Parashakti. So you can offer a coin inscribed with each of the 1,008 names and receive the blessings to have
Parashakti are chanted, and all those are the Ananta Kalyana Gunas which you will be bestowed with. The sacred thing is that the science of the chant, the sacred chants, is actually
a ring with a pearl. The Meenakshi Pancharatnam, it beautifully describes Muktahara Lasat Kirita Ruchiram Purnendu Vaktra Prabham Shinjannu Pura Kinkini Manidaram Padma Prabha Suram Sarvabhishta Falapradam Girisutam Vanirama Sevitam Meenakshim Pranatosmi
stones and has small bells, who is shining like the splendor of a lotus, who grants all the wishes, the daughter of the mountain, and who is worshipped by goddess Vani and Rama. I remain ever bowing to goddess Meenakshi, the ocean of compassion.
love in all your business endeavors. The Mukta Anguti is available at $251, $501, and $750. Vesa Sutra Vastradya Hema Pankaja Pushitaha Sapidana Sakurchascha Pakwa Bhilva Phala Prabha Napannadhyaya Samsiddha Pramanena Samanvita.
Pushpa, the lotus flower, is referred in so many different places. And in fact, in all the different kinds of worship or the mudras and asanas, the lotus pericarp and lotus petals. And that's why lotus is considered as a divine flower. And in fact, Shakti of Paramashiva is also called a lotus. And the base of the Paramashiva linga is on the lotus. Now, the significance of lotus, as is told in the Hindu tradition, is how everywhere, in any pond, in any muddy waters, the lotus can bloom, and your innermost space, amidst any and every adverse situation in your life, you can have the blessings to literally radiate Devi at all times.
Vaya Prabhajala Parakrita Saroruha.
The English translation: you whose brightness from toenails destroys the darkness of ignorance from the minds of your bring to Devi, adorning her sacred feet, to be in constant gratitude for receiving her blessings, even in the most difficult parts of your life. Now, Devi Parashakti is adorning. Parashakti can literally liberate you and remove all the ignorance from you. So adorning that ring and offering our gratitude to that the feet that are the literal
from Sahasrara, that is she who gives the very pleasant experience of the ultimate. So the Mangtika, the hairline jewelry, it represents the nectar that flows from the crown chakra, the Sahasrara.
That the nectar which is overflowing from that very lotus, the Sahasrara chakra, which is fully open, understand, the 1,000-petaled lotus, which is fully open and as an ode and a remembrance and offering as well to Devi Parashakti. So you can offer this Mangtika to Devi and receive the blessings of achieving the blissful state of overflowing gratitude and the space.
Yes, so the next offering is the beautiful, very special offering, Pratyakshapada Puja. So we'll be chanting the Shastra Pramana from the Sloka 83 of Saundarya Lahari.
Defeat the Lord. Now, Shlokam number 83 of the Saundarya Lahari, one of the most beautiful stotrams on Devi Parashakti, states that the nails that have been sharpened by constantly being touched by the crowns of celestial beings who always prostrate before Devi entirely. I strongly encourage each and every one of you who are tuning in with us today, make sure that you are manifesting some offering during the Guru Purnima Brahmotsavam and the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism as the Sarvadeva Devi Swarupa, the form of all the gods and goddesses, and the one who has taken on the responsibility as Jagat Guru, the one who is taken on the responsibility for the whole universe as Guru, and for us to offer the Pratyakshapada Puja. The next offering is the Vastra Seva. This is the offering of the sacred adornment or the sacred cloth. Here is a summary table for all the different offerings that we went over today. There's first the E-Hundi offering, which again you can make as a general donation and you can make for any amount. The Sankalpa chanting, the Devi Sahasra payment, you can go to tiny.cc/Devi Devi-offerings. Now, you might be in two categories as we are concluding this segment, and you just heard all of the different offerings, or not yet, you're able to make that ready in order to make these offerings immediately. If that is your case, you can fill out the intention form for making these offerings. You can go to tiny.cc/Bhavasamadhi and fill out the intention form. This intention form will help you in math, and that link will lead you to this very page as you are seeing. So as you can see, the Parashakti Bhavasamadhi Darshan donations are here listed out. And you can just select from the drop-down menu any of the offerings that you'd like. And then you will be filling out your billing details and all of your details as well, your payment details. Make sure that you submit this form. Then after you are filling out the payment, you can go to Sankalpa 2021 form And this is tiny.cc/Sankalpa 2021. Devalaya are chanting and making sure that your name is chanted during the puja, and the benefits are all bestowed on you. So also here we have the, you'll see the join button. Once you have joined, on the right hand side, you'll be able to see the super chat, and this is what you can offer as the e-hundi amount. And you can also choose the super sticker option, where you can choose any sticker that you'd like to send as well. And Devi Parashakti during the Bhava literally manifest the oneness experience with the divine, and you can manifest whatever you want in your life today offerings. You will be able to see in so many different ways how you are manifesting, and literally you're living the reality that you wanted to live from the very beginning. So you can always make these offerings, and after so many decades of persecution, we have seen how the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has not given up once for ensuring that the voice of Holocaust and the ongoing genocide against the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism to the whole world, and making it an extreme, making it recognized by the international audience. And today, United Nations has recognized the persecution, and seeing more into what the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is finally bringing to the international audience, and the genocide that segments, we will be seeing the details of all of what has happened. And in this next segment also, we will be also being joined by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, as he has literally built a ship called the Adi Kailas Sarvagnapeetam through so many different spiritual alchemy processes, through literally his divine. Now be joined in just a few minutes by Ma Nithyananda Swami and Ma Nitya Prana Priyananda to explain to us in detail about the Adi Kailas Sarvagnapeetam ship that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has been working.
Enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself, in your own home, wherever you are. If you cannot come to I will Sarvanya Peethas all over the world. All powerful cognition, knowledge, only when you live simply as one sampradaya. No. All sampradayas of Hinduism is an ecosystem. Ecosystem. I invite all of you. We will make the whole planet flourish spiritually. The spiritual prosperity will happen to the whole planet.
Nithyanandam, and welcome to today's segment of the Adi Kailasa ship. Today is an extremely significant day in the history of Kailasa, the only Hindu civilization nation in the world today. And today we're going to share specifically femicide of the Kailasa women's community, the women followers of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam. As one can see, a woman is a woman, killing the woman. And a very in-depth study has been done by the United Nations across various nations across the world, and inputs taken, studies done over various communities, and the inputs and the studies, the analysis taken from various, the extreme inhuman crime of femicide, which is the killing of women, is giving a glimpse of the whole persecution that the women community of Kailasa has gone through. We wanted to share this with you at the outset of this segment, and we'll be going into the details of this or even the 2 billion Hindus at large today. It is actually a victory, a resounding victory, and an awareness that has been brought to Hinduism from the face of this planet. On the one hand, we have that, what the world has done to exterminate Hinduism, and on the other hand, we should first see why Hinduism is so important to people and how the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has enabled that, continuing to enable that, and sharing with the whole world the real gems of Hinduism and reviving Hinduism as the living religion throughout the world, inspiring every person, being by being, to live one's today's situation, where the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, after facing over 2 decades of persecution and over 70 brutal direct assassination attempts, still contributes to the world. So let's take a jump into the next segment to see the roots of this Hinduism, its origins, its Holocaust, and how it exists. And really, the whole civilization, Hindu nation. Let us take a look at the big picture first. Kailasa, and we have all the details in https://kailasa.org. The 2 billion Hindus and the whole of humanity. Kailasa, ancient Hindu enlightened civilizational nation, to serve the religious and spiritual needs of 2 billion Hindus and the whole of humanity. Homeland and civilizational nation for Hindus on par with Israel for Jews, Vatican for Catholics, and Tibet for Buddhists. Kailasa was created with the determination of an enlightened culture and civilization based on authentic Hinduism. The mission of Kailasa. Kailasa, it is created for and offers a safe haven to all the world's practicing, aspiring, or persecuted Hindus, irrespective of race, gender, and the fundamental principle of Advaita or oneness, the idea that all beings can live in peace and harmony, and that all human Hinduism represents the world's most ancient yet progressive indigenous spiritual tradition. The inherent divinity of every being. Hinduism comprises many indigenous spiritual traditions coexisting peacefully for millennia. The Hindu Holocaust, on the other hand, is the story of the persecution of Hinduism. The Hindu Holocaust is the most ancient living civilization on the planet, denied by the historians, untold by its victimized survivors. The Hindu Holocaust is one of the biggest crimes against humanity in world history. Hindus have time and again suffered religious persecution in the form of forceful. The systematic elimination of Hindus was done as Hinduism was once practiced freely in over 56 nations across the continent, from Afghanistan, India, Nepal, Burma, Sri Lanka, all the way to Singapore, Malaysia, Cambodia, and Indonesia. And in the 200 states, 1,700 samsthanas or provinces, and 10,000 who worshipped in them have been ethnically cleansed. The double killing, which is a Holocaust and its denial. Hindus are the victims of the double killing of Holocaust and the denial of Holocaust. Denying the largest Holocaust, which is an act of crime in the Holocaust, and the heralding of the next crime. The strategy is to first obfuscate and obliterate a people continuum of annihilation of the Hindus. 100 million killed, over 1,000 years being subject to mass murder, multiple perpetrator rapes, forced indoctrination level. All levels, literally physical, mental, emotional, cultural, religious, political, economical, social,